Hello, Insta Sweet family. How are you doing? It has been one crazy week. I am back in the Netherlands right now, and I just want to shoot this quick video talking about the last release, the 27th of September. So that has been a few days ago, so I'm a little late, but that stuff happens, especially in a week like this. Traveling from the United States to the Netherlands, I'm sitting here in my home setup. Whenever I am in the Netherlands, my sweet little doggy had an operation I had to take care of. She had cataract, and yesterday was a tough day for her, but today is a lot better. But skipping through that, let's have a look at what's new and what has been released the 27th of September. Some really cool stuff actually, and so let's just jump over here to the dashboard. So what is new? First of all, the notification center, and that's actually really cool. Just up here there's a new item in the top menu that's called notifications. If there is a newsworthy notification in your account, there will be a little label here that says that 1, 2, or 3, depending on how many notifications you have, and you can click it and will show here as well. As you can see, I don't have any right now, and you can just click here to see all of them. And there we go. An older one that is already marked as red here is about a new support ticket, and this is a test support ticket, I think, by the way. Anyway, if you click it, you'll be redirected to the actual support ticket. There's notifications for sales, of course, the best ones you can get. Any issues with your account. We recently, I'm not 100% sure if this is live yet, but it will be very soon if it isn't already. Notifications if, for example, you have issues with your Instamailer SMTP setup, or if you already are just full InstaSuite user just from your email marketing module here. So if there's any issues with sending emails, any errors from your SMTP, stuff like that, that will show up here as well. So very useful. So whenever you get like a little notification here, definitely check it out, because that's an important thing for you to check out. So that's the first one, really cool. Next one I'm really happy about as well, a new smart menu. So I'm sure you know the menu is quite big. I'm at a bigger screen right now, but if I travel, I'm using my laptop, and it's a smaller screen, and it's a lot here, right? And if you have all the modules, you might not be using Client Manager, or you might not be using Support Desk or Affiliate Center. It just sits there, kind of wasting away space. So what we've created is like a smart menu. And then if you go here to settings and you go to interface settings, that's new. You can set up the menu cleanup after 7 days, 14 days, or 30 days. So that means if you have not used Affiliate Center in 7 days, this item will disappear, and a new item called More with a drop down will appear, and then the Affiliate Center will be moved under the More, and then it basically cleans up items in the menu. So after 7 days, if I haven't used Affiliate Center or Support Desk and Report and Stats, for example, a new item will appear that's called More with a drop down, and under that drop down you will find those modules. So they will basically just moved away. It's like not like they're like hidden a little bit. So I think it's very useful is to clean up the menus. We call it a smart menu. So you can do your settings here, and you can also turn on modules to always show, basically. So no matter if you haven't used them for 17 or 14 or 30 days, you can turn them to always show modules. So for example, I always want to have the email marketing one, and always have the membership builder, and then just hit save, and it's a 2. That's all. So nice little extra feature right there for you guys. Next one, yes, we have implemented new price changes, as Neil has been announcing via the group, via email, and everything like that. The new packages are more expensive for new users. That means all you guys that are already in there and that made the investment from the beginning with us. That's what you get. That's the game of investing a little bit, right? So the earlier you get in, the better price you get. Obviously, the earlier you get in, you have to deal with some growing pains because we are a startup and we're growing really fast, and we're working our asses off to make this thing better and better and better. But that means because it gets better and better and better, people that get in later, they have to pay a little bit extra because, well, the software is way more still than if you get in right now. So it's still an awesome deal, but the guys that gave us your trust in the very beginning, you're rewarded extra by having a lower price basically for the software. And this will continue to happen over the years, of course, as we've reiterated a few times already. This is not software that will be forgotten. This is like the long-term thing, and we have amazing plans. I'm sure if you haven't seen it, I think what's the URL by heart? I can show it to you in a bit. Neil has been sharing it all over the group for a little bit, which is the roadmap basically. I just think it's a roadmap, but I'll show that in a second. So email marketing, simple startup setting, starting setup wizard made available. There's a startup wizard. Like obviously it's not showing in here because we already set everything up, but there's an extra menu item on top here that just takes you by the hand to set everything up for email marketing. A nice handy tool for beginning users. Oh yeah, this one is really cool. A new opt-in form designer. So let's have a look there. Opt-in forms. And edit all, just add one new. So you can go to design, and as you can see, this looks completely different. We've added a few designs. You can then select it, and then this is like, it looks a little bit different, by the way, in the choose design. As you can see in this image, and then when you click it, it looks a little bit different. That's because they're responsive, right? This screen here, this model. That's what they call it, pop-up model, is a little bit small. So I already told the team, okay, so I want this to be a little bit wider, right? So it looks a little bit more, but this, like it looks a little bit squeezed right now because it's responsive. So it's actually a good thing. And if you would watch it full screen or in a normal setting on a page, it would like look like exactly like it was displayed here as well. But like I said, I just mentioned, I told the team already to make this model a little bit wider, so you get a little bit of more realistic view of the actual form. And you can customize it here. Just let it load for a second. You can change the background image. You can change the description here. Title, and of course the items here. And very soon this is actually a task for next sprint, so it will be released the 15th of October. We've had some European, especially European users, they want a checkbox that says something like, yes, I have read the privacy policy and subscribe me to this list. Apparently that's a legal thing that's necessary. Leave it up to the European politicians to make something that incredibly ridiculous, because it has absolutely no use. Like if a user fills in the fields and then hits the submit button, they want to be subscribed, obviously, and if they have to select the checkbox extra, it's not going to make a difference. They're going to subscribe anyway. And then you can argue, but well, maybe it's for bots subscribing other people. Those bots are smart enough to do a checkbox as well, so it makes zero sense whatsoever. But it's a legal thing. It's apparently in Italy it's a thing, and in Spain it's a thing I've heard as well. So we'll add it, but leave it up to the politicians to make stupid shit up, right? So yeah, this is new. I think this is really cool. That's it. For this one, and then other improvements, the blog builder, I think that was something I liked as well. Just the opt-in there is a little bit better. I think it's over settings. Let's have a look. Widget config, right here. So for your subscription widget for on the blog, you can now just select an integration, your InstaSuite, email marketing, or get response, and then actually select a list. Before you couldn't actually select a list, and it would only go to your general list. That didn't make too much sense. So that's a nice improvement there as well. Membership builder. Now when user cancels, membership owner gets an email. Kind of nice to have as well, right, guys? So that should have been there obviously from the beginning, but it's a small improvement. This is one of those things that probably got overlooked in the very beginning. Well, obviously when I wasn't here yet. Email marketing changes in email marketing menu. Oh yeah, we changed the email marketing menu back. I'm sure you've noticed this. We had a menu with double drop downs. Actually, we did a poll in the Facebook group, and that's the one most users chose in the group. But just after using it for a while ourselves, it just didn't work very well. It was it broke the flow basically. So sometimes if you let people choose in an election, basically it was an election, right? They choose the wrong thing. Isn't the first time this has happened very recently in a very big country. It starts with a U, ends with SA, and that stuff happens. Sometimes you just got to choose for the people, and this one just works way better. So that's that. Email marketing confirmation opt-in. So before we had the confirmation email or double opt-in setting basically, which was dependent on your opt-in form instead of on your list, which didn't make a lot of sense. So I had the team change this. The double opt-in setting is now per list, not per opt-in form. That makes a lot more sense. And so the setting has changed from opt-in form to list manager. So it's here right now. Great. Now let's just add a list here. And you can see it here. Enable confirmation email. That's the double opt-in email basically. So if you check that, you can see all the settings. And obviously, guys, that link needs to be there, the confirmation. If you remove this link, nobody can confirm. It's not going to work. So make sure you leave that link in there as well. I think that's it, guys. So yeah, that's it. I just kind of rushed through it because I'm still incredibly busy. It's Friday now. Is it Friday today? Yes, it's Friday today. And there's still a lot of stuff to do, obviously, with the launch of Instamator as well. Everybody that got in recently, thank you so much for getting in Instamator. The launch has been going really good, and it's amazing software as well. And we have so much amazing updates planned for the future as well. If you haven't upgraded to InstaSuite as an Instamailer user, definitely consider it. Like I explained a little bit earlier on, right now the price to get into InstaSuite itself, to get everything in here, so the funnel builder, membership builder, blog builder, everything that you need for your online business, it's a steal still, and over time we will increase that prices when we're adding more and more. We've talked about this a few times already. So the product builder is a new module, and the membership builder rebuild, refactor, that's what we called it, but it's a pretty big rebuild basically. We're working on that as we speak. This is going to take a little while because it's huge change and it's a complete new module, making the whole system ready for selling anything basically. So any digital products at first. Later on we'll also move to physical products, but we do digital products at first. So it's not just membership modules that you can be selling, but also just software products or just general information products, basically anything digital you want. And it makes it a lot more modular and separate than just for membership stuff selling products over here. So basically the set of products will be moved to a new module, and the two will still be very connected, of course, and we'll create our own InstaSuite checkout experience, which is going to be very cool, with better cross-selling option, like one click cross-selling and upselling options as well. So we are super excited about that, and I can't wait to have that done, because we'll, as soon as it's done and tested, of course, we'll implement it for our own business as well. So InstaSuite will be using the InstaSuite checkout experience for itself as well. So I know Neil really wants to have this done, but yeah, it's quite a big job. So it will take yeah, probably a month or so for us to be ready to test, and maybe another week or maybe even two. Like, we definitely need to test this really well, of course, before we can really release it. We'll probably release it once we've also made the switch to the whole new infrastructure. I've mentioned this once before as well. We're gonna do we're actually building a complete new infrastructure at the site, and it's gonna be awesome. Like, really awesome. It's very technical at the end, but in the background, I mean, but yeah, the speed improvements, the security improvements, failover improvements, like DDoS protection improvements, everything is in that. And well, for you guys, for as a user, the only thing you'll notice from it is that we'll have even less downtime. I don't think we've been like offline at all in the last few 6 months or something like that. I think once, like last Saturday, we had 30 minutes. We had to do some live live maintenance, so to say. So we, like, that was planned in the middle of the night Saturday, so it wasn't a big impact. But obviously, even small downtimes like that need to be avoided at all costs. And the new setup with the new infrastructure, it's just all gonna be way better, way more stable. So I am looking really forward to that as well, as a techie nerd. So that's it for today, guys. So thank you so much for watching, and until the next video, ciao.